Word on the radio is that Isaiah's going to play.
Yep.
How's he feeling? Did you talk to him at shoot around?
Feeling a lot better. I think all the treatment over the weekend, which he had a ton of, was all positive, and so yeah, he's good to go.
Will there be any minutes restrictions?
I don't think so. I haven't heard that from the training staff, but I think usually a minutes restriction is as much due to extended periods of time as anything else. Well, our walkthrough happened at about 4:45, and it was a walk-through. So I think he looked great, but I have no idea how that translates to playing in a stance or running up and down a floor. But I've been told he's fine. So
everybody else good to go?
Everybody else is good to go. Yeah.
How important is the number 2 seed to you?
I just think, again, I think it's about playing good basketball. That stuff sorts itself out. I mean, obviously, you want to be as good of a seed as you can. I think that there's no question about that. But again, I'd like to have some healthy games here to play some good basketball and see if we can't figure ourselves out as we head into the next month plus.
Hey Brad, when you have a tough finish to the game like yesterday, how long do you let that sting for coaching reasons and constructive purpose before you move on?
Well, I think those two might be two things, right? From a coach's standpoint, your whole life, and then from a constructive purpose, 24 hours. Yeah, I remember the losses vividly and go through them all. But yeah, those are tough, and you move on and you show your team what you need to show them, and then you move on, and try to get a little bit better from it. We played really well in the middle of that game, but we played really careless in the middle of the third quarter and the early parts of the fourth, and then when it's 5 minutes left, it's anybody's game. You put yourself in a tough spot.
They get Bogdanovich and Jennings and Mahaney back. It makes them much stronger.
They're really good. Yeah, Washington's really good. I mean, I think everybody knew that. At the start of the year, they went through some adjustment period with new coaching staff, a lot of new players, etc. But, man, they can play at a high level. They certainly have done so against us. And, I think Scott and his staff have done a great job. And this is a really good team. And I think they're, obviously adding Bogdanovich and his ability to shoot the ball. And then Mahaney, even though he was with them all year, is almost like an all-star break ad. It's very talented. And then Jennings, too.
With 3.5 weeks to go in the season, what is there to be said for a rivalry game, which this has turned into between these two teams? Anything to that?
Yeah, and I guess again, my focus is on playing good basketball. When I think of rivalries, I think of years upon years upon years of in the making. Certainly we have a great deal of respect for how good these guys are, and that's that. I mean, but we've got to focus on trying to do our best to play as well as we can against them, which means a lot of the focus has to be on what we're trying to accomplish, and they're going to be doing the same on their end.
It's simply as much as playing a good team more than it is all the other extracurriculars that the media.
Well, maybe the players would say different, but I don't feel any different. So, but I prepare for all 82 the exact same. So I don't think that it's going to be. I think the biggest thing is if we don't play well, we'll get beat. That's proven itself true over and over. And if we do play well, we'll have a chance to win.
Things have gotten chippy between these two this season. Do you say anything about that? Do you mention it to your guys?
I think they remember that probably. No.
I don't know.
At this point in the season, and a couple weeks left in the season, when you go up against a team like this or a team who might be coming up that you may see in the first or second round of the playoffs, does that change anything that you would think?
No, I just think we haven't, and I've said this before, we just haven't had a ton of time with ourselves fully healthy, and I just think we have to make sure that we utilize this time appropriately for our team to get better, and regardless of who we're playing against. I mean, there aren't any secrets. There's 70 games in. I know what they're trying to do. They know what we're trying to do. Like, ultimately, it's who does what they do best, right? And so, that's what you're trying to accomplish right now, is get as good as we can be with the team we've got.
I don't have the stats on it, but it seems like your team has struggled a bit in 2-for-1 situations, and it's obviously the end of the third quarter the other night was a little rough. Is that
That was a 2-for-1 for them.
is that an
Inside 8 seconds.
Is that an area of concern for you?
Sure.
The late quarters and stuff like that.
Yeah. We've talked quite a bit about that, but we've got to get better at it. There's no question about it. We've done, again, knock on wood, because these things can change, and there's a new thing to talk about, every week, and we got to just be careful about focusing on all the things that we need to do to win a basketball game. But ending quarters is a part of that. We've been good in the fourth, which is good for the most part. But I think the first and third we've had some issues, and so we need to do a lot better.
The 2-for-1 thing, is that just a matter of going earlier, having better?
A lot of times we have it with 40 seconds, so you're almost, we just got to I think we just got to handle that situation a lot better. Yesterday we actually did it pretty well in the game, and we got shots at the exact right time. I believe at the end of the first we went on a 4-0 run and then had the ball to start the second. At the end of the third, that was a big part of us losing the game, that little stretch. And so we got to be a lot better than that.